Hello and welcome back to some more Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair, where in the last episode we finished up the deadly level. So we started and ended the deadly life in the same episode for the first chapter, and we have a lot of questions answered, still a few things left a little fuzzy in terms of the details, but I think we have the general gist of what happened, and I'm really excited about it because if I'm right, it means we get to get rid of the perverted piece of shit chef, which is, I'm really excited about that, because we can get him off the island and then we can start actually enjoying ourselves for a change. We also... previously we bought a lot of skills with our skill points, which, I know I've said before, I'm going to say it again in case you're watching this for the first time. Big fan of this new system. Instead of just being randomly assigned skill points from certain topics that you talk to certain people about throughout the island, you actually get to manually decide which skills you get to acquire by purchasing them, or essentially trading in your skill points for the skills you actually want to earn instead of just being randomly given whatever you want. So, what skills do we have? We have Cool and Composed, which should hopefully make the nonsense debate less of a pain in my ass. We have Algorithm, which will also hopefully make the nonsense debate less of a pain in my ass because I want to sit around for 5,000 years waiting for it to absorb the statement I need. Melodious Voice, this is what we used in Bullet Time Battle last time, so I'm guessing Panatalk Action is going to be the same thing, except with a different name. So, you know, nice to have this. What else did we get? We got Excellent Blade, which increases sharpness by 2. Effective during Rebuttal Showdown. This, I don't know what it is, but we're going to put it on anyway. And didn't we get something else? I feel like we got something else. No, we didn't. Okay. Well, how's that for perfect? We got exactly the right amount of skills we need to max out our skill counter. I promise you. That was accidental. That was not intentional. I promise. I did not do the math on the spot for that, but it works. It works. So, also, one other thing. This option is here. Very good thing this option is here, because there was no ability, there was no option in the first game to change your difficulty before trial. So this is a nice addition because I currently have my action set to mean because I set it to kind last time, and it was still a pain in the ass. So we're gonna see just how awful this can get on mean. But if I decide that it gets too awful, then we can just put it right back down to kind. So. Whereas last time I would have had to restart the whole chapter to reset my difficulty, which would not have been nice. So, very glad this is here. Other than that, I think that's all I had to say. So let's just finish preparations and start up our first class trial of Danganronpa 2. Proceed to class trial. All right, here we go.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
What? Why is Elmo just what? Poor Elmo, man. Freaking Monomi just gets, she gets the short end of every stick. She's just like, oh my god, what? Like, I don't even have a reason to particularly care about her a whole lot, but it's just like she's just trying to be nice and help everyone out, and then Monokuma's over here just torturing her constantly. I mean, it's entirely possible they could be on it together, and this is just an elaborate ruse. But either way, like, look at this.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is, and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Such a cruel rule.
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
Most definitely. There's no doubt that the blackened is lurking among you. Such a sad state of affairs, isn't it? By the way, this class trial is gonna be 100% fair, so there's no need to worry.
You know, when Monokuma says something's gonna be fair, something tells me maybe take that with a grain of salt.
I'm the type who hates favoritism and prejudice. Well, not as much as I hate Monami, of course.
What did she do to you exactly?
You hate me that much?
Now, let's begin.
She just exists. You're the one who came in and you're the one who came in and hijacked her freaking island simulator, and she's still trying to be nice to everyone. And meanwhile, you're just like, meh, get tied up and hung from the ceiling because you're just Monokuma.
You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do?
No complaining, let's just settle this with our fists.
Yes, Akane, because trying to figure out who the murderer is will obviously find that answer by just beating each other up. What brilliant logic.
Are you even listening to the rules? Didn't that Byakuya bastard get killed in the dining hall? Huh? Then everyone there is a fucking suspect.
Yeah, what you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right?
No shit. You guys went off on your own and started killing each other. This has nothing to do with me.
Huh? What does that mean?
Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds?
Huh. The most pressing issue on our minds?
By the way, I like how the voice I gave the chef is not at all, like, even kind of close to what its actual voice is.
Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath the table.
Then, let's start with that mystery.
The reason why Bikuya's body was discovered under the dining hall table. We can start with that, but ultimately we need to find out who murdered him. If we can't do that... No. Thinking about if is a waste of time. We have to do this, no matter what. So, the class trial has finally started. From this point on, I will provide simple tutorials at every important moment. I'm sorry, but please excuse my ear-tainting rudeness. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, all of your classmates will speak one after the other without any breaks. It's up to you to reveal any lies or mistakes contained within their statements. This means you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Out of all the truth bullets you find during investigation, only the relevant ones will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the left stick to move the reticle and fire with the triangle button. Pay close attention to each character's statements and choose your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you'll automatically fail, so please be careful. You press the options button in the arguments, you read the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun! Yeah, same story, different day. Same camera angles, same UI. Well, actually, it's kind of updated a little bit, okay. One's already selected, I guess. Can I still... Okay, still L1 to switch it out. Okay, well...
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
No, that's not... Well, that's definitely not true, because the blood stain... If we found the blood stain... There would have been blood... There would have been a streak of blood leading away from the table if it had been moved under there, but no, it's relegated specifically underneath that table, so... That's definitely not true. Huh? What you just said was strange. It clearly contradicts the information I know. Well, yes, but I didn't have the correct truth bullet out, so I couldn't say it at the time. Which one? It was Soda that said it, right? Yeah, okay, it was you. That's good. That's really good. That's an improvement. Okay.
No, I don't think the killer moved the body.
We're already off to a great start. Because a big problem with the last game is that you would press the triangle button, you'd wait approximately 3 years, and then the game would decide, oh, you want to shoot that truth bullet? Alright, fire away. And then it would move at the speed of snail to actually move towards the words you wanted to strike. Because of that insane speed, sometimes you would miss your window of opportunity, which would lead to really annoying times when you had to lead your shots based on inconsistent moving speeds with all the spinning text, which is dumb. But look at that! I pressed triangle and it immediately broke the words. Thank you, game, for actually addressing the issues with your design.
Huh? Try to remember what the body looked like when we found it under the table. Though there was a lot of blood everywhere, there was no sign the killer actually dragged the body through it.
So that's why you think it's impossible that the killer moved the body. I see. I get your point.
Aw, and here I thought I had a genius idea.
Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular. Your life is meaningless.
People like this character.
I respond better to praise, you know.
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
Byakuya was probably killed under the table.
What an astounding deductive reasoning you've demonstrated.
You think he was killed under the table?
No, I think he was killed in the ceiling and he fell through the table. What do you think? He was found under the table and the body wasn't moved. If P then Q, basic logic.
Stuck under the table for reasons unknown, and that's when he was killed. Then, shortly thereafter, we found his body under the table.
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table?
Obviously, he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big...
Yes, Akane. Bikuya, the class clown, big jokester, funny guy.
Couldn't tell what kind of person he was.
Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table.
It's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean he'd dive under the table.
The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think?
The reason Byakuya dove under the table. If it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then that's probably... Oh, what the hell? What? Oh, okay, that was... Okay, I'll be honest there. The game stuttered a little bit when it brought up the screen. I thought the game was about to crash because that wasn't as seamless as a transition as the first game where it just popped up, like on top of everything else, and you could pick what you wanted. The game kind of stopped for a second, and then you had to choose. Okay, what's the question? If it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, because, okay, so we theorized that he brought the knife in here, because there's no way anyone could have gotten around the security details, so if we're wondering what he was trying to do, he was probably trying to be on guard for whoever. He was using the night vision goggles combined with the knife to try to be on the defensive. So, yeah, there we go.
I can prove it with this. It probably has something to do with the knife we found under the table.
Knife? Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, I am the murder weapon!
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there, so in order to get it, he moved under the table.
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility. But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table?
If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right? Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment. Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table.
No, that's not possible.
What? You seem rather confident about that.
Of course. I have proof to back me up.
Okay, fire away.
This is almost like a real trial.
Oh, really? Are you sure about that? During the previous statement, there was only one weak spot, but from this point on, there will be various weak spots standing in your way. No matter how many weak spots there will be only one liar contradiction in the debate at a time. This means that there will be false weak spots. If you shoot a false weak spot with a truth bullet, not only will you fail to refute what was said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. If your influence gauge reaches 0, you will fail, so please be extra careful. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or mistakes. Also, if you concentrate... Because I didn't hear enough about this in the first goddamn game. By holding the R1 button, you can progress the argument slowly. Please use it whenever you feel like the statements are moving too fast for you to aim. That seems very deliberate, don't you think? Because the game didn't say this part. All the game said in the first time around was, hey, by the way, this button will slow down the thing. It's there, I guess. This game's like, yeah, we acknowledge the fact that they were kind of moving at the speed of fucking sound in the first game, so, you know, just maybe actually use it this time. However, this does consume the focus gauge, please be careful. You press the option button, yeah, controls, okay. Let's do it again. Make your arguments. Here we go. Okay, knife, blood stain on the table, gaps in floorboard, AC timer, night vision goggles. She's probably gonna say something like, oh, he couldn't have been reaching for the knife because he wouldn't be able to see. And then we're gonna call bullshit because, obviously, the night vision goggles would allow him to see.
That sounds correct. If that's the case... During the blackout, Mr. Ham Hands must have seen the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch black. It was so dark I couldn't see my food.
Yeah, that probably didn't stop you.
Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either.
Wrong! Oh my god, that's so much better! It's so much better! I don't think you understand exactly how much better that is. It's like night and day. I'm not even kidding you. It feels like I'm actually playing a competently designed game now. Because I push the button and it responds to my input immediately. That is so much better.
Why do you say that?
He was using those night vision goggles we found under the table. He could have seen what was happening.
So, are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
Yes.
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Your reasoning is out of focus.
What? What the hell?
No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
Wait, what's going on? What?
Other way around?
Seriously? The killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
What is going on here? Were you surprised by Mahiru's sudden argument? Yes, obviously, because you deliberately tried to surprise me. Just between you and me, I was also surprised, liar. Just kidding, I'm sorry. Now then, when this kind of argument surfaces, you will go into a one-on-one debate called Rebuttal Showdown. Okay? In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claim Draw out their weak spots and argue against them. Please counter the other person's remarks with the left stick. Based on the shape of their I'm sorry, what? Based on the shape of their remarks, it's important to know whether to cut vertically, sideways, or diagonally. What? What? What is this? Wii Sports Resort? The stupid, the sword minigame where you have to cut a bunch of things in half? Based on that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. Who are you, Athena Sykes? We're gonna use a mood matrix. On the other hand, if you ignore the other person's remarks, it will skew towards their advantage. In the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, a number that shows the sharpness of your counter. The sharpness of your counter? This is the number of times you can cut remarks during one round of the debate. You will lose counts of sharpness even if you miss, so please be very... When the mood skews your advantage for a certain length of time, the other party's argument. What is this word salad that I'm reading right now? What is this? This means the conversation will develop. If that happens, it will end up... What am I reading? You cannot normally cut remarks that contain... What? Why is this minigame requires, like, a full paragraph of explanation, apparently. Instead, it will skew the mood towards the other party's advantage, but it's going to be very big. It's like a regular debate, please, if you have any weak spots with the triangle button. Of course, if you don't have the correct truth blade, you will not be able to cut an opponent's remarks. Huh? What's a truth blade? I'm terribly sorry, it appears there's been a delay in contacting you. I will make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long... What? What am I reading? Okay, we're still going, by the way. This is the tutorial for this mini game, and we're still talking about it. In this mode, truth bullets will be called truth blades. That's about it. There won't be other changes to your handbook menu. Only the name was changed, but don't you think a change in feeling is important? If you press the opposite button in arguments controls, you're gonna have fun. What was that word salad? That was like... The mood of the argument will change, and you gotta draw out their weak points and attack them, and then it draws to their advantage and to your advantage. It's like, what is it? What are we doing? What is this? What is this? Rebuttal Showdown. Oh joy. Okay, well, logic-wise, I think I can say with confidence it's gonna... Oh god.
The killer obviously used those night vision goggles.
What? I didn't... Wait a minute. I can't even tell what I'm just listening. I should let my hero say what she wants to and then find a point that I can argue against. Okay, we need to pause. We need to pause. We need to slow down. Okay. So, okay. The logic here, because she's like, oh, obviously they brought the night vision... Obviously, the killer brought the night vision goggles, which is obviously wrong, because we have the... I thought we did. I mean, we have this. Okay, so what I'm getting at here is the case for the container for the goggles was found in this Duralunum case, which only Bakuya had access to. So obviously he brought this with him. So obviously he's the one who brought them. But the mini game. Okay, so what do we need to? So can we do it in any direction? I guess that worked. What? Wait, what? What are we doing? What is this? What is this? Okay, down, I guess. I'm just flicking the thing down. I'm just flicking the stick down. Advance. Okay, we did it.
Because if they use night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even.
All right, I need to do this, right?
That's what happened. So those goggles were planned in advance.
So okay. Wait, what? No, that was my chance. That was my chance to...
Damn it!
What are we doing? What is this mini game? What is this? What is this? Okay. What is going on? Okay. I thought it was going to be something like... Based on the shape of the... They're all just sentences. What do you mean the shape of the... Okay. So do I have to wait for her to actually say it before... Like, do I have to wait for the words to leave her mouth before I can slice the sentences? What are we doing here? I don't... I'm just slicing randomly. Okay, we advanced somehow.
Because if they use night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. I mean, in reality, that's what happened.
Okay, so I think you have to... Nope.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Wow, that... Oh, boy. Oh, wow.
Byakuya was definitely...
Wow, that was really dumb. Okay. almost makes me miss the non-stop debate, actually, because the non-stop debate in this game is actually really good. So I just said really good so far. But what was that rubbish? What was that? Did they when they were trying to come up with minigame ideas, did they just go outside to was someone taking out the trash and they found this like hanging on for dear life in the trash can? They took it out of the garbage and like, oh, look at this poor little minigame we found. Can we keep it? Can we give it a home? And then they're like, I guess if it'll make you happy. And they shoved it into the game, and then that's what we got was that nonsense. Okay, let's try to review. So so you have to wait for her to actually say the sentences before you can slice them. But it didn't seem to matter what direction I sliced them in. I just kept doing vertically every single time, and it didn't. Maybe in later ones, because I'm assuming we're gonna do it again. Maybe they'll be tilted a certain direction. Like maybe they'll be tilted so that you have to slice them so that you cut through the top or bottom of the sentences if you were reading it upright. So like maybe it'll be tilted so that you slice diagonally to still cut through the top, bottom, or it's tilted 90 degrees so that you cut horizontally. Maybe that'll happen. It's still dumb. That was still a waste of time. And then what was that thing that happened in like the first or second round where it was like dual mash the X button? I was mashing the X button and nothing was happening. Oh boy. Oh, that was wow. Whew.
Definitely? But why?
Inside the Duralumin case Byakuya had with him during the party, we found a smaller case for storing the night vision goggles.
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside that Duralumin case as well. Woohoo! I said assume! Ibuki never uses such clever language.
Oh, I didn't mean to hit the square button, sorry.
Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case, since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place.
I see. When you put it like that, it makes sense.
Then, was that knife inside the case too? If there were night vision goggles inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too.
It would be weird.
I am weird, aren't I? At times like this.
So
You totally mean that in a perverted way.
of course he does, because he's a pervert. I can't wait for him to get off this goddamn island. The knife was brought up in the Duralumin case along with the night vision goggles too? That's not possible. The knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party even started. Should be able to prove it. Oh yeah, because there was a little bit of duct tape on it, right?
I see. There was duct tape left under the table where the body was found. Huh? Duct tape. They probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
Oh, so that's why we found duct tape there.
Though Byakuya was thorough, even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of the table.
This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid?
Okay, so I got that part wrong. I assumed that he would have brought that in with him inside the case, but it turns out that was just there as a part of the it was taped to the underside of the table. So I got that part wrong, but I'm assuming most everything else is it'll probably hold up under scrutiny.
Not only did he bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too.
That's true. He went above and beyond, being a little cautious.
Now that you mention it, that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well. It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much.
He probably knew. Someone was planning to commit a murder.
Are you saying he predicted the murder? Could it be? Was he also in possession
Oh
of
my
the
god,
all-seeing-
shut up.
I think so too. Right, Hajime?
I see Makoto's been upgraded from person who everyone says, hey, don't you know what we're talking about, to person who says, hey, don't you know what we're talking about? So that's nice. And yes, I do know we're talking about the murder thread we found.
I can prove it with this. Everyone, can you please take a look at this?
Be careful, the first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone. Useless thing to say.
The hell is this?
There's nothing, he can't do anything with that information.
Hajime and I found this in Byakuya's cottage.
And we're still assuming that Makoto's the one who actually wrote that, by the way.
A threatening letter someone sent to him.
So, who's the someone?
Nobody besides Monokuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like that.
Wasn't me.
Are you sure?
The only lies I tell are friendly lies.
Those are still lies.
It doesn't matter who wrote it yet. So, Byakuya became paranoid because of this threatening letter?
He probably decided to throw a party because of the letter.
What do you mean?
By gathering everyone in one place, he tried to create a situation where everyone could keep tabs on each other. In doing so, he tried to put the writer of the letter in a situation where they couldn't act.
But the letter might have been just a little prank.
As long as
Ah, yes, what a hilarious prank.
He couldn't take that strong sense of responsibility. Made him believe the letter was legitimate.
I'm sorry, I know the game's trying to make him seem like a better person, but it's not working. I didn't forget the first
He
game.
received a threatening letter.
If he had, we would have panicked. Byakuya probably knew that too.
So, he tried to do something about it without telling anyone? See. Strong sense of responsibility as our leader was his undoing.
Yeah, that's what did him in.
Screw that noise! Who the hell wrote that letter?
Well, obviously, the killer.
The killer? Is it really one of us? Who is it? Among us, who's the one who killed Byakuya?
Enough already! Show yourself, you coward!
If they were willing to come forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place.
But I still can't believe it. Someone in this room killed Byakuya. There's no way I can believe that yet. I can.
Pardon me. Can I say something, please?
What is it, Miss Sonia?
I regret that I must return to this topic, but I just realized something concerning the night vision goggles. If Byakuya was indeed wearing those goggles, how did the killer manage to navigate in the dark?
The killer would have been able to navigate because of the glow-in-the-dark paint that we found.
You're right. They wouldn't have been able to see anything without the night vision goggles.
That's not true.
But if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them?
Even if the knife bore some sort of mark, it would have been difficult to see it in that darkness.
Glow-in-the-dark paint. The killer definitely used a mark. Because of this mark, the killer was able to get the knife from under the table into his hands, the glowing paint.
I see. What if the glowing paint was the mark? With that, you'd be able to get the knife even in the dark. In actuality, the knife we found under the table and the duct tape stuck to the underside of the table were both marked with glowing paint.
Does that mean the killer painted them in advance?
I like how she's just dangling there in the background, just swinging casually, like, doo-doo-doo-doo, I'm just here.
Painting them with glowing paint? It's as if they knew the blackout was going to happen. They had to have already known. That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark.
Which means whoever set up the blackout is the killer.
That seals it. The killer is whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker.
Not necessarily.
It was you! Peko Yama!
No, because the reason why the power was overloaded was because of the 3 irons plugged into the wall in the storage room.
Peko killed poor Byakuya? Was this island not big enough for 2 glasses wearers?
Okay then.
Not the killer.
Oh, I guess she's not.
Case closed.
So easily!
But with Peko's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
I don't care about a technicality like that.
What?
Peko's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout.
Soda, she literally couldn't have done it. She's tall enough to reach it. Who are you with your pesky little logic? What a silly little technicality. That's you're just nitpicking my logic, idiot. By attributing the breaker directly from the office, Peko was the one who caused the blackout. Is that really what happened? No. Oh, fun. My favorite. Agree spots. What? Wait, what? Wait a minute, what? If we call the weak spots you've seen up until now argue spots, the blue color weak spots will be called agree spots. When shooting agree spots, you need to flip your way of thinking. What? Instead of arguing the other person's testimony that contains lies or mistakes, please fire the truth bullets that prove the other person's testimony is correct. When your truth bullets merge with their weakness, it'll become a logically sound agreement. Is our argument? Is it a little hot in here? From now on, you must infer whether it's best to argue or agree based on what's being debated. Okay, so that's better. Yes, that's better. Because like basically this is like the equivalent of absorbing the bullets from the last game and using them to shoot someone else's statements. Like, yes, you said a thing that can help me prove this thing to be true. This is better because it doesn't rely on the whole. Oh, just sometimes you would tap it and it would absorb it. Sometimes you would try to absorb it and it would just tap it, so it was very inconsistent. So this should be better. If you press the opposite button, yeah, controls. Good luck and have fun. Okay. This, so far, these class trials, way better than the first games. Like, well, okay, except for that bullshit Rebuttal Showdown. That was not, okay, so wait, we have three counts here. Hold on, we gotta pause. I need to review what all these things said, and we're gonna go the other way around to make sure we don't get any unpleasant surprises. Kept trying to use the bathroom. Someone was using it the whole time. He was able to enter the bathroom after Bakuri's body was discovered. Okay, Chiaki's account, sorry, your account. Had to show the office and seen when they went to Peiko, and standing guard outside, apparently Camille Building walked away. Okay, that's what we all need to know. Oh, and wait, also, hold on, wait, also, Terra's account, we didn't get that one. Where's that? It's beyond that, so let's go up a little bit further. Okay, you said the gas stove in the kitchen is powered by electricity, it's why Terra can use it in a blackout. Okay, great.
At any time.
So, which one of these?
That's impossible. Huh? Why is it impossible? Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
That's true. Then we can use Nekomaru's account to prove that statement, right? Yep, we can use that to prove it. Okay, so that's... Now let's just speed it up and get back to the point where we're so that we can prove that because we have Nekomaru's accounts. Oh, right there.
I agree with that.
That's much better. This, with the exception of the Rebuttal Showdown, which was a nonsense thing that happened, this off to a good start. These class trials are way better. Says the person who is head over heels for Sonya.
It's nothing like that at all. Nekomaru's account is actually Pekko's alibi.
It's true. Someone was occupying the bathroom for a long time shortly after the party started, and it was finally freed up after Byakuya's body was discovered.
Then the person who was in the bathroom that whole time was actually...
Everyone else besides Pekko was in the dining hall after the party started, right?
I see. So there's no way anybody else could have locked themselves in the bathroom except Pekko.
I guess that would be true.
You locked yourself in the commode? You should have said so earlier.
There's no way she'd actually say that. Gosh, you're so insensitive.
If she locked herself in the bathroom for that long, there's no doubt. It's shit. Oh, there's no way she'd admit
Just shut up.
Weren't you guys taught any basic manners, or were you raised in a locker room?
I'm sorry.
It's fine. How about we stop talking about this and move on to something else?
Don't worry. The smell wasn't that strong.
Oh my god, shut up! No one cares! You're still going on about it! We brought it up, you said a dumb thing, and then we dropped it and moved on, and you're still going on about it! Just shut up! No one cares! Nobody asked!
Still, you were in the bathroom for a really long time.
Oh my god!
Or something?
As soon as I stepped into the office, I felt this sudden rush of pain in my stomach. Because of that, I was unable to leave the bathroom, including when the blackout occurred.
Hey, how did it feel to do...
Oh my god, shut up! Shut up! No one cares! Nobody cares! Stop talking! You're awful! You're terrible! You all suck! Okay, let's review. So, Nekomaru was terrible because he's just, like, deranged in the head. And he's like, funny bathroom humor. And then she's just like, oh, you haven't tested no problems. I guess, I mean, that explains what we were, why she was, this was mentioned in the last episode when we talked to her, so that's the explanation for that. But then, as the cherry on top of all this garbage, Terra was like, oh, what was it like in the bathroom? Just shut up, you were just, you're terrible. Oh my god, I can't wait for us to catapult you off this island into the ocean and never come back. Good lord, you suck so bad.
Still, your stomach pain. Was that really just a coincidence?
How is Fuyuhiko the most civil of the people that we're just talking about this nonsense?
Hey, what's the deal? Don't butt into other people's business, especially if you didn't do any investigating.
I'm only butting in because you fucking idiots are out of your element.
Stop this childish nonsense. Just what do you mean by coincidence?
What I mean is it possible someone slipped her?
Well, somebody did. Who could have? Who among us could have possibly had the opportunity to mess with the food in which we were consuming? Oh yeah, Yeah, the chef. I mean, okay, so I say that, but also, I say that, but it's probably not, he's not innocent in terms of the murder or just in life, but in this particular instance of poisoning the food with laxatives, I think we might be able to say he didn't actually do that, because if, for one, there'd be no reason to get him out of the breaker room or out of the office, because we know full well that the thing that caused the circuit breaker to overload was the 3 irons and not the breaker itself. Plus, the fact that Akane was eating the food with no issue whatsoever obviously means there was nothing wrong with there was no lactose in there, because she would have had to go to the bathroom too.
Now that you mention it, you brought food to the office, right?
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it.
No, that's wrong. No, it's impossible that laxatives were slipped into the food in the dining hall, because Pekka wasn't the only one who ate that food. Akane ate some of it too.
If the food had laxatives in it, I'm pretty sure Akane would have had stomach issues as well.
I feel totally fine.
Like I said, the dishes are innocent. Don't go making weird accusations.
I apologize for causing a scene.
Fuyuhiko should apologize, not you. He's the one who made the laxative accusation.
What the fuck did you say, bitch?
Is this bickering?
Let's just dismiss Pecco's stomachache as a coincidence and go back to discussing the blackout.
Yeah. We already know that, you trashy skank. You don't have to tell us.
Trashy skank?
As long as the murder happened during the blackout, then the blackout itself is what's actually important. So we need to make it clear how the blackout occurred. Well, that should be easy. We have the irons in the storage room. That's all we really need. And fortunately, it's loaded into the chamber by default.
Who tripped the breaker and how did they do it?
They turned on the 3 irons in the storage room.
You can't answer that. I'm gonna bop you on the head. Did they throw a stone and hit it?
No.
Maybe they used a remote control?
No.
They probably messed with the breaker.
No. We already established no one's tall enough to reach it.
Be the breaker. They may have tampered with the power supply and transmitters.
No. Closer though. Ah, there we go. There we go. I'm no surprise Mahiro's the one who actually has the brain capacity to figure it out.
Mahiru said the blackout was caused by a power surge. Of course, that's not a coincidence. Someone caused it intentionally.
Which is why those 3 irons were arranged to cause the blackout.
When you found them right after the blackout, the irons were still on.
Now, to be clear, they wouldn't be able to do it all by themselves. They were there to make it so that the circuit breaker itself was on its last legs, and then the AC turning on at the last second right at 11:30 was what caused it to go over the edge, and that's how they were able to time the power surge exactly when they needed it to be. So it wasn't just the irons, just that they were the main cause of it.
By leaving those irons on in the storage room, they deliberately caused a power surge.
Yeah, it seems that's how the killer caused the
Well, not entirely. Oh, great. Here we go. Round 2. My favorite.
Speak too.
What the heck?
You say the irons in the storage room were used to trigger the blackout? That's inexcusable.
Rebuttal Showdown. Back at it again. Okay, probably gonna need the AC timer because that's the thing that... Yep, okay, called it. Oh, I forgot to wait. You have to wait for him to... Oh, wow. Yet you have a very limited window of time. What? Oh, okay, what the fuck? Okay. That's not... Did that work? That worked, that... I guess that worked.
No,
okay.
People were in the dining hall. Doesn't mean they're not a suspect.
I'm not sure. Okay, I don't fully... So, do you have to wait? Because I'm trying to wait until they actually finish... Because it doesn't always seem to work. Like, when I slice it, doesn't always work. It doesn't seem to be consistent with that. So it's clearly not determined by when they finish talking. Oh, this is where...
No,
No, they didn't.
Allow me to cut through those Captain's word.
The irons are just one reason the blackout occurred, but they weren't the direct trigger. The direct trigger was when the air conditioners in the dining hall and office clicked on.
Air conditioner!
The timers for both air conditioners were set to 11:30 p.m.
11:30 p.m. Mr. Ham died around that time too.
I see. When the timers activated the air conditioners, the breaker was tripped and caused a blackout. I see. I understand. Indubitably.
Indubitably?
They probably checked the old building's energy usage in advance and used the irons to nearly max it out. So once they set the air conditioner's timers, they just had to wait until they started up on their own.
If so, even if Pekka was in the office, it still would have been possible to cause a blackout. Indubitably.
Indubitably? Miss Sonia, not you too.
Regarding the energy usage, they probably asked Monokuma about it.
Dun dun dun! Is she right? Such a hateful bear! You deserve to die 1,000 deaths!
1,000, you say? If I died that many times, I might really stay dead, you know?
Shut up! You guys just stay quiet! I couldn't have prevented the blackout even if I was in the office. Even so, I feel regret. If I was in the office, I could have reset the breaker in time. And maybe the murder wouldn't have occurred.
You couldn't have reached it.
No, the breaker in the office was built into a high area of the wall that's impossible to reach. Resetting the breaker in that darkness would have been impossible, no matter what.
Sounds like you don't need to blame yourself.
Even so, the killer is so sly. I'm starting to worry we may never actually find them.
It's alright. You don't have to worry, because they're just a petty killer, right? They can't defeat symbols of hope like you guys. There's no way everybody will lose now. This little incident will just be a stepping stone for you all.
What? Wait a minute. Did I just miss something? Hold on, wait. The killer's so slime son where we may never actually find them. It's alright, you don't have to worry because this particular right, they can't defeat symbols of hope like you guys. What, Makoto? You good, buddy?
In the end, hope always wins. That's what I believe.
Okay, you said that in a way creepier way than you needed to. You were like, this London will just be a stepping stone for you all to descend down a path of despair. And then you're like, but don't worry, because in the end, hope always wins. Okay.
Nagito? What happened to you?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you have been saying this whole time that there's no way a killer could be among us.
Oh, is that so? Well, let's just put that minor detail aside for now and talk about the incident.
You're acting really weird.
For now, we found out how the blackout occurred. But the question is, who caused it, right? Anybody could have hid and set the timers for the air conditioners. Setting up the irons in the storage room could have been done before Byakuya set foot in the old building. What a shame. Any one of us is capable of that.
What are you implying?
He's just saying, after all this time, we still haven't made any progress.
I don't think that's what he was trying to say there, but okay.
Even though we have been arguing for so long?
Fortunately, it's the truth. Despite the fact that we've discussed this at length, there's not even one clue that leads to the...
That's just patently incorrect.
That might be because there's no way any of us could be a killer.
Makoto, you do remember the first game, right?
You're changing your story again?
Anyway, I have an idea about what we all should do at this point.
What? Okay, okay, this game's lost me. I'm so confused. Okay. What is this character, what do you do? This character has lost me. I'm sorry. You completely lost me. I can't follow your train of thought because it changes tracks every 5 seconds.
Has anyone thought about our situation? Instead of surviving by doubting others, isn't it better to get killed for believing in others?
What? What is wrong with you?
Doesn't that mean... Are you saying we should all just give up and die?
Nagito, there's definitely something wrong with you.
You guys only think there's something wrong with me because there's something wrong with you.
What?
disrespecting each other like this. There's no way that's healthy behavior.
I'm so confused.
Let's stop this already. We don't have to find out who the killer is.
You all die if you don't.
I can't stand this anymore. I don't want to do this to my friends.
You idiot. If we don't do this, we all die. Do you want that for your friends? I don't think you do.
I don't want to do this either.
Me too. Please, take me home already.
Do you people realize what happens if you go home?
I want to go home and eat candy.
Stop it. If everyone acts like this,
Everyone calm down. We're all friends, aren't we? There's no way one friend would murder another.
I'm so lost.
Why did Byakuya die?
I can't follow his train of thought anymore. He's completely lost me.
Let's just give up already.
No!
There are no clues that lead to the killer anyway. Not a single one.
that's wrong. I think.
Did you say something?
We've already found a clue that might point to who the killer is.
You know who the killer is?
The killer? I don't know. But we do have a clue about a suspicious person. I think.
And that clue would be probably the desk lamp, because I'm guessing a suspicious person, not the killer, is going to end up being the desk lamp, because based on Makoto's positioning, obviously he would have been by the desk lamp and he could have used it to crawl his way along the wall to get underneath the table, because that's where the cord would have led him.
Then care to tell me, what's this clue you're talking about?
First of all, let's try thinking about how the killer was able to obtain the knife during the blackout.
Didn't we already cover that? They used glowing paint as a mark.
No, not that. I mean before that.
Is she asking how the killer got close to the table? Even if they had to obtain the knife by relying on the glow from the paint in order to do that, they needed to get close to that table while it was still dark.
Let's try examining the situation. My hero's diagram might be useful here.
The diagram of where everyone was standing before the blackout, right? Here it is.
Just as I thought, this diagram is the clue. Who the killer is and how they were able to move to the table in the dark, that's clearly shown in this diagram. First, we need to discuss how the killer was able to move to that table in the dark. The killer probably used someone to help them move in the dark. Spot selection. Ooh, spot selection. Select a suspicious spot. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Well, it's not very well illuminated, ironically, but it's this, the desk lamp itself.
Here! The killer must have used the desk lamp to move to that table in the dark.
The desk lamp? I hope you don't mean they turned on a light or something.
There was a blackout. There's no way the killer could have used the desk lamp.
Of course, there's no way that they use the desk lamp's light. The killer actually used the power cord.
I can prove it with this. They didn't turn the desk lamp on. They used its power cord.
Power cord?
They could have felt their way to that table using the power cord, right? By doing that, the killer was able to move to the table and use the glowing paint to find the knife.
And there's only one person here who could have done that.
The only person here who could have possibly done it. Select someone. Well, that's obviously Makoto, but the problem is that, like, it's obviously this guy, right? The clues point to it being this guy, but the clues also point to it being him. But it can't be both of them, unless they both plans to kill at the same time, and their plans just happen to coincide with each other. But that doesn't make sense because the letter. I don't even know what they're trying to do anymore.
You're the only one!
I'm completely lost.
Nagito, it was you, wasn't it?
Me?
Judging from everyone's positions before the blackout, the only person near the power cord was you.
Which means the only one who could have felt their way to the table using the power cord was Nagito!
That's just a coincidence.
But still, you had a chance, right? A chance to hide the knife under the table.
Chance had the knife of us when he was cleaning. I can't reconcile why, though.
Nagito, weren't you cleaning the dining hall all morning? If so, you would have had a chance to hide the knife. That's... If you factor in the power cord and the time you spent cleaning, you're the only one who could have done it.
Seriously? That's all just a coincidence.
If it was just one coincidence, it'd be fine. But when it's one right after another, I wonder, is something like that even possible? Could it be? Did you give yourself cleaning duty on purpose so you could hide the knife under the table?
Now that you mention it, Nagito did prepare the drawing to pick who cleaned the dining hall.
You rigged the drawing, didn't you? That's how you got picked to clean the dining hall, isn't it? I don't know if you're the killer or not, but regardless, it proves that you're suspicious, right?
If that's the case, that strange speech you made earlier, that was part of your plan too.
You got us to lower our guard and tried to hide the fact that you did it, didn't you, you motherfucker?
I'm so lost right now. Like, I'm actually... This might be the first time that I'm ever been genuinely confused. Because the logic... I've been able to piece together the logic of actually how he could have... Like, how he gets to the table and all that. That makes perfect sense. And also how Teru would have been able to navigate in the dark. And get under the floorboards and use the skewer to stab through the floorboards. And how he would have known the Bakuya was there. That all lines up as well. But where I'm stuck is the why. Like, the why of why they would both be doing this at the exact same time. What the motive in doing that would be. Whether working together, whether working independently, just got extremely unlucky. Why did Makoto write the letter? None of this, I'm stuck at the why any of this is happening. Because I cannot for the life of me think of a reason as to why Makoto would have been willing to do this.
Well, just admit it already!
Nagito, tell me you object to this. Frankly, I don't want to believe it either. We investigated together. You were so kind. I can't believe you're the one who killed Byakuya. Nagito, say something.
What?
The Ultimates are working together to combat the despair of their friend's death.
What?
How wonderful. How beautiful it is.
What is this? What? At that moment, his eyes, the darkness in his eyes shone brightly as if layers upon layers of darkness were falling into each other. As if hope and despair had been crudely mixed together.
Let's cut to the chase. You're correct. It was my doing all along.
What is going on anymore? What is happening in this goddamn game? Aren't you supposed to be the ultimate hope? What happened to that?
I'm the one who hid the knife under the table before the party started.
Why?
I'm the one who used the power cord to find my way to the table in the dark.
Why?
And of course, I'm the one who caused the blackout.
What?
After all, there's no way I'd knowingly whip out a knife in front of everyone.
Is it just me, or does he see
I am so lost.
But
You lost me, game.
expected Byakuya to have night vision goggles. Because of that, we had ourselves a little scuffle under the table. And, well, you all saw how that played out. But with a twist ending like this, I think we can all agree this ended up being a very...
No, you just confused me. Because it doesn't result, because there's still clues that are left unaccounted for that I talked about in the last episode that point to Teru being the killer. It's not this simple. Why are you pulling a Hina and trying to make it look like it's you? What is your motive for any of this? Because it's clearly not you that was the killer. So you just tripped the blackout. So wait, so you're, okay, I have even more questions. So you sent Bakuya the letter, and you wanted to be the one to grab the knife? I'm so confused. I've never been in a state of confusion like this before in any of these episodes.
Byakuya performed admirably.
Like, why go to all the trouble if you're not actually the killer? And why would you send the letter if you...
Just stop it already! Seriously! What the hell
Yeah, and also, this is nothing like who you were.
Tell me, is this your true nature? Were you lying to us this entire
And also, why did he go insane all of a sudden?
Lie? That's outrageous. There's no way someone like me could ever lie to you guys. I understand better than anyone else that I'm ultimately worthless. Too arrogant to have dreams or cling to hope.
What?
Too disdainful to actually try at anything.
Yeah, Mikan's reaction right now is basically my face during this entire goddamn scene. Like, what is happening?
I've made peace with the fact that I'm a lowly, stupid, insignificant human who can't do anything right.
What happened to you?
Holy crap! He's totally the type of guy who spent his childhood killing neighborhood pets!
What?
He seems like the sort of person whose eyes light up while watching Friday the 13th.
That's quite the hobby you have there. But, like, now's not really the
What is going on anymore? This guy, is he the real Nagito?
Nagito, if you were behind all of this, then did you also send that threatening letter?
Wait, so he did.
Why'd you send a threatening letter in the first place?
I think somewhere deep in my heart, I was probably hoping to find someone who would stop my evil deeds. Well, I bet if that really was my reason, at least some of you would feel sorry for me.
Are you making fun of us?
By threatening Byakuya, Nagito was likely able to manipulate his actions. In doing so, Nagito was able to manipulate everyone to the scene where the murder would occur. Am I wrong?
I mean, I guess there's a chance that I'm just disastrously wrong about Teruteru being the killer. But if he's not, then why go to the trouble of pointing out the floorboard thing? Why go to the trouble of pointing out the missing items in the kitchen? Or the portable stove that can light up, that can serve as a light source?
Reminds me. Nagito was the one who suggested I guard the office.
And why is he acting like this? What is going on?
Oh, I get it. If Pekka was guarding the storage room, Nagito wouldn't have been able to use the irons. The threatening letter, along with all your suggestions, it was all a trap to manipulate us.
Yep, that's true too. But you're wrong about one thing.
Huh? What?
I didn't need to rig the drawing for cleaning duty, you know?
If that's true, then how did you conveniently get picked for cleaning duty?
I see. Well, there's no way I'd expect you to remember it. A worthless talent for a worthless human.
Nagito's talent? I believe his talent is he's the ultimate lucky student, as we know from the first game.
I see!
You're the ultimate lucky student.
That's right. I just trusted my luck. I trusted I'd be picked for cleaning duty.
What?
You just relied on your luck?
It's not just luck. It's true my talent sucks. But I'm still the ultimate lucky student, you know?
What? You can't be serious.
At the time, Hajime said I wasn't lucky. But it was actually the opposite. I was lucky. That's why I got picked for cleaning duty. Just like I wanted.
Oh, wow. Really? That's what we're going with, huh? Luck saved the day. Really? That's the best you got? Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Sure thing, game. Sure thing, game. Like, look, so, again, the clues that we pointed out with the portable heating stove and the floorboards, like, being able to go into the floor, and the fact that the stab wounds are from something that's long and thin, which wouldn't match the description of the knife that we found, points to Teruteru being the killer. So why are you so adamantly trying to convince everyone that it's you? I don't get it. I can't.
Enough. I don't care about that anymore.
Like, remember in Chapter 4 of the first game, where Hina was desperately trying to convince everyone that she was the killer? And there was a logical train of thought as to why she wanted to do that, and there were clues pointing to that reasoning. There's nothing here. I have no explanation.
Importantly, why did you kill Byakuya? Answer me!
Byakuya was a very capable leader. For someone like him to get killed? It's only fitting that you symbols of hope should use his death as a stepping stone to shine even brighter. That was my only motivation.
You're not making any sense!
Fine, let's start the damn vote already. I'm ready to fucking kill this psycho.
Please, Monokuma! Please, wait!
Huh? The fuck?
Is...
No.
What are you saying? He's already confessed, hasn't he?
Hey, and look who the first person to open his mouth in fear is.
I already know that, but... there's just something a little strange. If it's only a little, then keep your mouth shut. Your ugly face
Oh
is
my
stressing
god.
me out.
How do people like this character?
I'm sorry.
For now, might I suggest we listen to what she has to say?
But we know who the killer is.
Simply listening is... However, I won't allow this to end with mere play. Now then, let us lift the curtain for our bloody spectacle.
Ah, my favorite. White Noise, back at it again for round 2. Your truth bullets will disappear if they touch these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. Please time your truth bullets just right so they don't get interrupted by the white noise. By the way, if the difficulty, yeah. All it means in this explanation didn't mean anything at the moment whatsoever. I'm not going to fall into despair, even though it's meaningless. Allow me to say one more thing. In this debate, you won't be able to shoot down the white noise. That would explain... Oh, lovely. So because they didn't explain it, we can't... Fun. Fun. Okay, well, we know what she's gonna say because she's the one who did the autopsy report. So, yeah, we need to get that loaded into the chamber. Let's get this ready to go.
The killer is so obviously Nagito!
He has already confessed. You know...
Just spit it out.
That bastard Nagito is the one who did it.
Spit it out, please, Mikon.
He killed Byakuya with the knife he hid.
No, we didn't. We have proof that that's not true. And the instant response time makes this so much better.
That knife might not be the murder weapon. That's what you wanted to say, right, Mikon?
Since clearly she wasn't gonna say it, we had to do it for
What
her.
the hell are you talking about? It's obvious the knife was the murder weapon.
But based on the entry with on Byakuya's body, the actual weapon should be roughly 5 millimeters in diameter. 5 millimeters in diameter? That's like way skinnier than a knife.
Hey, that better be true. If you screwed up, I'll sell your fucking ass to a whorehouse.
Look, okay. There may be less people that I hate in this game, but the degree to which I hate them is significantly worse than the first game, because these people are like bottom of the barrel scum.
Hey, why are you threatening her?
Is this what you're trying to say, Mikon? As long as we can't prove that the knife is the murder weapon, we can't assume that I'm the killer.
Well, I mean, there's also stuff like, hey, the tablecloth is soaked in blood, and but you're suddenly not. You weren't when we found the bodies, so there's that problem.
What are you saying? No one else can be the killer. It has to be you.
Hey, don't blame me. Mikon's the one who said it.
What? You sure changed your tune. What is going on with you?
Sorry.
Hey, Nagito. Are you still hiding something?
Hiding?
Like, during the blackout, did something happen between you and Byakuya that we don't know about?
Who knows?
After all this, what else do you intend to hide?
Jeez, the moment your back's against the wall, you get all silent. You piss me off.
You pissed me off with your existence, you little shit.
What happened during the blackout? Ugh! If you cross your eyes like this, it gives you double vision.
Don't get distracted. Our lives are at stake, you know?
Huh? Whose life is at stake?
Akane.
Seriously, how long is it gonna take for you to understand the damn rules?
Nobody can see in the dark, no matter how hard you think about it. The truth is beyond your sight. Don't you think that's a pretty clever metaphor? Despite the fact that it came from me?
No, that's not it.
Not it. What's not it?
The truth is beyond our sight. No, that can't be it. There should be some way to find out what happened in the dark. I mean, well, we have Ibuki. I mean, she's the one who has perfect recall of what happened, right? So we can just ask her to say it all again.
I can prove it with this. Even if we couldn't see what happened in the dark, I'm pretty sure someone could have heard it. Isn't that right, Ibuki?
Oh, real?
Don't act so surprised.
You told me, remember? How everyone was shouting during the blackout?
Everyone, calm down. We gotta stay calm in a situation like this.
Ah! Don't step on my feet!
What the hell? What's going on here?
Ow!
Turn the damn lights on.
You guys? Where are you? Wasn't the blackout just in the kitchen?
Perhaps the breaker overloaded?
Hold on a sec. I'll go along the wall and do something about it.
Such perceptive hearing. Impressive. I'd expect no less from the ultimate musician.
It's a good thing your ears are awesome because your face, style, figure, and personality totally.
You know, I gotta say, once we kick the chef's ass out of here, it's gonna be a real close race to decide whether you're the bigger sack of shit or you're the bigger sack of shit, because you're both terrible. And I have no intention of spending any time with either of you.
You've got me deep with your knife of truth.
However, after hearing what Byakuya and Nagito said in the dark,
What the hell? What's going on here?
Ow!
it almost sounds like Byakuya fought back against Nagito or something.
Well, that's actually what happened. As a sign of respect for Ibuki's talent, I have a small confession to make. I was actually shoved out from under the table by Byakuya.
He shoved you out?
He shoved you out to try to save you from the person who was hiding under the floorboards. There we go. I mean, we already knew that's the only reason he would have done that. But I still don't know what the hell you were trying to do. What is your motive? What are you doing? What is this?
Just as the blackout occurred, I hurried to duck under the table and grab the knife. But Byakuya, wearing his night vision goggles, caught me and shoved me right out from under the table. That's right. I'm so incompetent that I couldn't even grab the knife.
So Byakuya stopped when he was trying to get the knife, and he got shoved out from under the table before he could even grab it? Well, it sounds plausible. I mean, just from listening to what they both said at the time.
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
I couldn't interpret it like that, no, actually.
After getting shoved out from under the table, I lost sight of the glowing paint. I didn't even know where the power cord was. Before I realized it, the lights had come back on, and Byakuya's body was lying under the table.
Hold on. Are you saying you're not the killer?
From the very beginning, the idea to throw a party, hiding the knife, setting up the blackout, it was all going according to plan. But unfortunately, my plan failed. And all thanks to Byakuya's night vision goggles. What happened after that? Even I don't know.
You failed? Then you're not the one who killed Byakuya?
Then we're right back to square one!
How could that be? We spent all this time talking back and forth.
What other word is brimming with so much despair?
Let's try to take this from the top. So Makoto wants to kill someone, I guess, so he threatens Byakuya into throwing a party, and then he yells the party, and then puts himself a clean leader so that he can hide a knife there, and then sets up the blackout so that he can go along the wall with the desk lamp cord, get under the table to try to get the knife, and then Byakuya shoves him out of the way, and he does that so that he can save him from the chef who's hiding under the floorboards with the portable cooking stove as a light source and the iron skewer as a stabbing device to kill Byakuya. But like, all that makes sense, but where I am just perpetually stuck, apparently, is why the hell he would have been willing to do, like, he's just, his personality is all over the goddamn place. As to what his plan was, what his motive was, why he was doing any of this, just, I don't know.
You can't give up. You need to have hope.
Like, what is with this? I don't get it.
Forward.
It's like he changes his mood in every goddamn freaking other line.
Rising to the challenge again and again is why you guys are the symbols of hope.
What is this? Is he really not the killer? Is this guy really the person I knew before? There's no way I can say that. I just thought I knew him, but the whole time I didn't know anything about this guy. I didn't know his true character. It's as simple as that. Is that a double meaning for the fact that you didn't know his real name was Makoto Naegi? Because his name is anagrammed for that? Which makes this even more confusing, because if that's him, then why is he acting like this at all? If we don't find the killer, then we'll die here. Class trial suspended.
Well now.
Now then, the class trial has reached its climax, but okay, here's a question for you. To those of you who's figured out who it is, how about you try out the Guess the Killer challenge? Whoever fails to guess the right killer will have their save data melt away like butter.
What? I'm assuming this is a joke. You wouldn't. The game wouldn't be that mean to literally erase your save data if you guess wrong, right?
Of course, for those of you who don't know who's the killer, you can just continue on. Now then, what are you gonna do?
Let's play the Guess the Killer game, I guess. Oh, very clever. Because the circle button skips the... very, very, very clever game. There's no way you'll be able to guess what the killer is. Look, just because I'm better at figuring things out than you are does not mean that it's impossible to figure it out.
And of course, there's no $10 billion either.
Yeah, I got that part, thanks.
You're so evil.
Okay, so we get an intermission now? Honestly, that's probably for the best, because the last class trial of the first game was like 3 hours long, so this might be for the best, but I'm just confused beyond belief. I have no idea what the hell is going on. Why Makoto is acting the way he is, and what his motive. Like, I get the logic of like the actual happenings and the actual events that took place. That's all I need to figure out. Where my brain is just like refusing to progress any further is how the hell, like, what his motive is, why he's doing this, why his personality's all over the place. I'm just stumped for that one. I got nothing. But as for talking about the class trial as a whole, non-stop debates are like a million times better. Rebuttal Showdown is dumb, but, you know, it's a small price to pay for salvation. But that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time to catch you all tomorrow for some more Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. Goodbye.
Danganronpa.